It's a short drive to Sweetwater, Tennessee. Just go north on I-75 for about an hour, exit off the freeway, and follow the signs to downtown Sweetwater. Lisa McClung, the manager at Lost Sea, met my photographer and I and was explaining what we were going to experience by traveling to America's largest underground lake. For instance, the lake is located 140 feet below the ground level, so that means that coming up can be a rather tedious hike. She also explained how comfortable it is temperature-wise inside the cave. Pleasant 58 degrees year-round.
You are going to see some of the largest cave rooms in any cave in the United States. This cave actually, most of the rooms here, you could put a two-story building in the rooms of the cave here. And a lot of people think when they go into a cave they're going to come into a tight, tiny area, and those people that are claustrophobic are a little afraid, but then they can't believe it when they get into the cave and they see how large it is. So it is a very large cavern. The lake room itself covers over 4.5 acres. So you just can't really imagine what it's going to look like until you see it.
And another reason I wanted to visit the Lost Sea is because I had heard that it was about to become a lost sea.
2007 has been a very good year for us. Even though the water level is down over 20 feet, it has made a lot of people interested to see what the lake looks like now because of this. The lake here is the water table for this area, so when water levels all around us drop, the lake level here drops as well. So we are now over 20 feet lower than what we normally would be. And because of this, we've had to make some adjustments. We have added some different pathways to get down to the lake, but we are still having our boat rides, and attendance has been great.
So people are even a little more interested now that the water's low?
Even more so. A lot of people have called. A lot of people have read different things on the internet about the lake level being down. So they have called with questions. Can we still do the lake tour? Can we still do the boat ride? And we tell them, yes, we are still doing tours. It would have to be a lot lower than it is now for us not to be able to do boat rides. So
has it ever been this low?
It has been almost this low. In the mid-80s, the lake level dropped down close to 20 feet. But this is lower than that, so this is a little different.
So this is the first, but yet a lot of people are coming. Curiosity, I guess.
Curiosity, yes. People are now seeing things that have been covered with water for over hundreds of years. Wow. So that makes it really interesting. It's opening up a lot of cracks and crevices that we've never seen before.
Huh. Have you seen anything that surprised you?
I've seen some different openings, nothing that I've been adventurous enough to go into yet, but a lot of different cracks and crevices that I haven't seen before. Yeah. The lake is actually fed from several underground springs. So a lot of people really don't understand why we just can't bring more water in, why we can't just fill it back up. But it is fed from underground springs, so it's a natural attraction. So when water levels drop around us, the lake level here drops as well.
Would it have to drop a little more or a whole lot more before you had to consider maybe closing for a while, or is that even a possibility?
I'm not sure.
It's never been that low before.
It's never been this low. We're experiencing something here that we've never had to deal with before. So it has to be quite a bit lower than it is now for us not to have boat rides. We will always have our cavern tour, but it has to drop a lot more for us not to be able to do boat rides. It's still, the deepest part is still about 40 feet deep. The Lost Sea was actually discovered in 1905 by a 13-year-old boy named Ben Sands. But there is a lot of other history here as well. The Cherokee Indians, we believe, used the cave, and also the Confederate soldiers used to mine the cave, the dirt in the cave, to make gunpowder. So there's a lot of history here.
I've also heard that there was a tavern underground.
In 1947, there was a small part of the cave opened, and it was called the Cavern Tavern. And people from this area came down into the cave, and there were 3 dance floors, and they came into the cave and they drank moonshine or whatever, and had parties, and there was usually a band. And the funny thing about it was that because of the high humidity and the low temperature in the cave, they didn't really feel a lot of the effects from the alcohol until they started climbing back out of the cave to get back out. So we like to tell people that the higher they climbed, the higher they got.